every time you encounter a piece of data, it is stored in your brain. Storing these facts is often not the real problem with recall, it's retrieving them. Finding the information in a mind filled with millions of pieces can sometimes be challenging. When you are in post-secondary, it is imperative that you have access to each of these facts on demand at any given moment. The best way to ensure that you can find the information when you need it is to create an elaborate web of mental associations, linking it to the relevant knowledge that can lead you to the answers you need. Exams are simply a test of this web. Can you summon forth the information when you need it? Or will you be left out in the woods? Join me in discussing 10 super simple ways to create mental associations for everything that you need to remember.
If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all our fresh content. If you like learning with us and growing your mind, please give us a thumbs up. This small show of support helps us out so much and also allows others to find our content easier when they need it. So go ahead and pay it forward.
Rephrase complex concepts into everyday language. Rephrasing complex concepts into everyday language ensures that these ideas are stated in a way that you understand. While extremely helpful, this does not have to be done in real time. Concepts that are not immediately recognized may be written down verbatim and then simplified later. This is an excellent study exercise. If it's terminology within the phrasing that is causing the difficulty, look up the word and their synonyms during your study time and rephrase them. During this process, you will have the time to note any similarities between these concepts and others you may have encountered throughout your studies. Discovering synonyms or several other ways to explain words and ideas will help to link them to other related ones. This layering and cross-linking of notions are incredibly beneficial during recall. Create visual images. For most of us, memory is mainly visual. Creating diagrams to convey information can be beneficial in describing challenging concepts. Creating and drawing your own illustrations will link this information to your own personal memory markers. This is much more beneficial than any pre-made diagram you can Google search because it tailors the reference directly to your own understanding. In this way, it will describe where the memory is located in your brain rather than forcing you to remember the diagram that someone else made. Understanding a concept is much more important than memorizing it. Creating your own pictures is an activity that ensures you recognize the nuances of the model. Comparison charts. Comparison charts can quickly and easily relate the similarities and differences of like concepts. They can also promptly clarify, in detail, any similarities between ideas that seem quite different. As previously discussed, creating mental associations between like theories is beneficial because it creates more memory cues to retrieve the information. Being able to demonstrate how similar models are alike is helpful when trying to describe a concept on an exam or an assignment. Being able to compare and contrast can show that you really understand a given topic. Being able to relate how different issues are related to one another is equally valuable for describing the same understanding. Comparison charts are a useful tool in demonstrating this. Concept maps. Concept maps are an excellent way to demonstrate relationships between ideas. They convey the same layering and cross-linking of information as diagrams. At a glance, you can easily view information on intricate topics that not only describe and enhance your understanding, but also link and explain related ideas. These are great to use because they are easy to visualize during test time. They can be used when clarifying your answers and demonstrating knowledge when you are unable to find the words you need. While simple diagrams can be added to describe ideas and boost comprehension, they are not necessary. Because of this, concept maps are ideal for students with no artistic inclination. Flashcards. Flashcards are an oldie but a goodie. They are primarily used in brute memorization. However, the prompts that you use on your flashcards to trigger recall are also useful memory associations. When using flashcards, be sure to use a variety of these prompts for each piece of information that you are trying to memorize. This will ensure that there are many links back to the information you need to remember so that you can recall with ease when you need to. Connect different ideas. Being able to connect disparate ideas and how they relate is a great way to layer your understanding of a problematic concept. Knowing how these facts are similar, as well as how they differ, can be extremely handy. When you need to give a long answer on a test, the more aspects of understanding that you can demonstrate, the more marks that you will likely receive on the answer. Remember that it is often not enough just to give the correct answer. Demonstrating how and why you got that answer, along with supporting facts, is often worth more marks than the solution alone. This may be the most important lesson that you ever learned in math class, and it applies to your entire post-secondary career. Use colors. Since memory is so visual, being able to encode and file specific facts together is hugely beneficial. We can extend these visual memory clues far beyond diagrams and concept maps. After editing, revising, and completing your final set of notes, whether they are handwritten or typed, classify important information by color-coding your highlighting. Be sure to continue this trend across all of your classes throughout your entire university career. Choose one color for vocabulary, another for dates, and a third for theories or hypotheses. You may also want to add another for essential people or locations depending on your major. Having your facts color-coded in this way will add another memory cue that will layer like facts together. In your notes, the color pink will always mean vocabulary. Those terms and every vocabulary word that you need to recall will be linked together by the prompt pink. Use acronyms. Acronyms are a reliable way to memorize a particular set of information. Acronyms use the first letter of the word in a set of terms or steps to create a new code word that is easier to remember. One famous example of this is BEDMAS or PEDMAS in math. These, of course, outline the steps of solving algebraic equations, brackets or parentheses, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. As long as you have an understanding of the underlying concepts, acronyms are a handy tool. Draw and redraw diagrams. While we already discussed earlier the benefits of drawing illustrations to clarify your understanding, there is one crucial detail that I left out purposefully. Drawing these diagrams and then redrawing them over and over again from memory can further increase your recall of the information. Not only does it aid in the visual memorization of the diagram, but it also helps to develop muscle memory. Soon you'll notice that your hand can draw this diagram with ease and with little outside intervention from your conscious thought. This is when you know you've got it. Keep this diagram in your arsenal for explaining the topic on your exam. Professors love sketches because they so clearly convey information with little room for miscommunication. Consider adding these sketches to long answer questions to make them explicitly clear, as many times wording cannot come across as such. Our writing can get messy when we're rushing. Test yourself. Testing yourself at face value may not seem to be a great way to create mental associations, but stay with me for a moment and let me explain. Testing yourself will quickly tell you what information you know and you do not know. Furthermore, it will also show you what information you think you know and what information you are confident in, but you're actually still struggling with. When you go back and correct your exam, you will create a mental association between the answer you gave, whether it was right or wrong, and the actual correct answer. This association adds a deep layer because it's mixed with emotion. It will be combined with that feeling you felt while writing the answer, paired with the sensation of getting it either right or wrong. These emotions will lead you to the correct answer, whether you got it right or wrong the first time and then you had to look it up and rewrite it. This is just one of the reasons why correcting your exams and assignments is so important. When you write your final, you are going to remember reading the wrong answer and the comments explaining why it's wrong. You are also going to remember the effort you put into looking up the right solution so that you could correct the information and amend your understanding. These associations really drive home this information and will keep it in the forefront when you need it most. Creating all these mental associations for the information that you need to know will not only root it in your understanding, but also make triggering recall much more comfortable when it matters most. When you are sitting in the exam hall and time is at an advantage, it is imperative every call is easy and the answers are fluent. Which mental association method do you use? And what is your strategy to put them in place? Leave them in the comments below.
Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. If you are so inclined, give us a thumbs up so we know you want more videos like this. Also, check out our website to get exclusive content and study materials. Just click the link in the description. Or, since you're already here, check out our study hacks and our organizational tips playlists to help you stay on top of not only schoolwork, but life as well. Be absolutely prepared, absolutely confident, absolutely stunning, with absolutely studying.